Hello and welcome to the Knitting Diaries, episode 20, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am. I did stuff. Also my name is Kjersti. Hi! This is the sweater we're showing off last Knitting Diaries, and I'm so excited, and also I'm really warm because this sweater, I don't have the tag with me. Anyway. The yarn is Karisma by Drops, and it is definitely a warmer yarn than my other wool sweaters that I've knitted. So it's warm because this yarn, and I'm very happy about the color, and I'm always a little uncertain about how the color kind of comes off on camera. Hopefully good, fingers crossed. That's like that. Anyway. But this is the sweater, and you can't see all of it when I'm sitting, and I don't have like a good picture of it. So, but yeah, I'm very happy with it. Except right now it's a little warm, but I'm gonna keep it on. So if I turn very red, it's just because this yarn in a sweater, yeah, you're not gonna freeze anytime soon. And which is a good thing. I mean, that's why I knitted it. But also, I am known, I guess, in a way for being very cold, but now I have to like pull up because this sweater is warm. So, I mean, that's what I was going for. It's exactly what I wanted. And I have so many finished objects, and then I have a certain, not sure, kind of odd object. But I'm going to start with my finished ones. And if I remember correctly, I started showing this one off last time because I think I had started, and I'm just looking for a tag, and I think I have one. Yes. And this is I made something by Drops, what was it called? Drops Merino Extra Fine, and they actually kind of like put over here, but this is the information. Never sure how long I'm gonna need to keep it to make you see, but you can look it up online. So, you know, their yarn is online. And I finished an item. I made another butt warmer, or, you know, wool shorts as it's also called. It looks so weird. It's perfectly normal on, but like, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the top, and then I mean, the shape it gets, and this is not blocked, so the ribbing on the side is like folding in, and yeah, it looks really weird, but it fits perfectly. And I've been using the first butt warmer I knitted. I have been using it a ton, so it kind of deserves a little wash. Then again, the first one I've never blocked. I haven't blocked this one yet either, but at some point, I will get to it. You know, maybe when I move, if I can find a place, and that's a whole different thing. But we're gonna focus on knitting right now. So yeah, I finished this, and let's see, some information. I tend to write it down because if I don't, I'll forget about it. So it's called Winter Warmer. It's a free pattern from Drops Design. And I used a total of 6 balls of yarn. I think I used a little bit more last time. So I don't know what the heck happened because it's the exact same size. And I used the same needles and the same yarn. And last time I had to start on ball number 7. But this one took only 6 balls of yarn. So yeah, I honestly don't know what happened with that one. Either way, 6 balls of yarn and I got a butt warmer. I'm happy. And I did not take a lot of notes, but I started this February 16th and I finished it March 2nd. And then it took me a total of 3 days to weave in all the ends. Not because it was all that much, but because the color is dark enough that I need proper lighting. And considering living situation where I spend a lot of my evenings, as in my bedroom, I do not have the lighting to properly be able to see when it comes to weaving in the ends. So I haven't worn this one yet. I think I would like to block it, but also I would like to wash the one I have been wearing. So, you know, I need to make a decision there. But either way, I am so excited about this one. I mean, it's been keeping my butt nice and warm when I'm around wearing a skirt and it's cold. And if I've been outside walking and I come in and my butt's a little chilly, because that happens, then I put on my butt warmer and my butt gets nice and toasty again. I do wonder how many times I've said butt already today. Well, anyway, love this. And the other one is slightly lighter color, but if I can find some skirts to buy so I actually have more skirts to wear, I'll probably knit another one, because it's so, I love it so much, okay? So much. So totally worth it in my opinion. And very simple. It's a little finicky when it comes to like doing the crotch. Is that what it's called? The thing in between the legs. The little piece here. And another thing I did to make this a lot easier, because last time I had like circular needles when I was doing the crotch, and like stitches for the legs going on circular needles, and it was like terrified of losing stitches. But I did get something. I bought try-it-on tubing. It was a little tricky, considering I hadn't tried it on, used it before. It was a little tricky moving or doing it the first times, because this is such a tiny thing. And I have no idea what you're seeing. Hopefully you're seeing it well. But this is such a tiny thing. But when you get it to stick on the needle, it really sticks. But I think the trick is to get it to stick really well. I haven't quite like totally figured it out, but these were very useful. And the ones I have are extremely colorful. So yeah. And when I bought these, I also bought another pack of stitch markers. Yay! The light bulb one. I wanted the light gray or the silver, but they didn't have that, so I had to buy darker ones. But items I'm gonna use the heck out of. These I've already used the stitch markers. I don't know how much I've used them, but it's a lot. These I haven't had so much use for yet, but you know, would have been great to have them when I were knitting the sweater, so I could have tried it on, but well, one thing at a time. And then when I was done with my butt warmer, I was like, I don't have that much more yarn, so I don't know exactly what to do. And then I realized I have this yarn, which is basically sock yarn. And hold on, where you get to see the information. Where does the information go? I don't know. Here, 80% wool and 20% nylon. It's blue, so I made a pair of socks. Do I need more socks? Well, considering I only have, because of my living situation, it's a thing, I only have 2 pairs of wool socks in circulation at the moment, which is way too little, and I have a lot more. They're just packed in boxes, which is somewhere in the house. I don't know where. And currently I should say I had 2 pairs in circulation. Currently I only have 1 pair because the other one had a hole. I used them up a little, so I need to fix it. So I'm considering actually getting these in rotation. And since I learned how to knit toe up, that is my preferred method. And it's so easy. And I did a new heel that I hadn't done before. And because when I started knitting toe up socks, I was like, oh no, the heel. I can't do the, what's it called, the heel flap and gusset. I think that's kind of similar to what I have been doing before when I did them the other way. And then I got a suggestion, okay, you could do the shadow short row heel. So I did that, and it was okay, but it wasn't kind of a favorite. So this time I did a heel that is very, very similar, And I don't have like sock blockers and all this. I can't show you probably, but oh gosh, what is it? What was it called? German short row heel? I don't know. Twin Stitches Designs on YouTube made a video where she showed how to do this heel, and it's now my favorite heel, officially. So, and then obviously just ribbing all the way up the leg, and then I did stretchy cast off and at the top. So these might actually have to go into rotation because, or I just need to pull myself together and actually fix the pair of socks that has a hole in it. So when I was done with the socks, I was like, I don't know what to do. Again, I'm trying to not buy new yarn because I'm gonna say that I have quite a bit of yarn, but most of it is packed in boxes. Like pretty much most of all my stuff. And oh yeah, and I spent a total of 6 days. I started February 20th and finished these February 25th. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6 days on a pair of socks with a new heel. So I think I did a pretty good job on that. And I used a 3.5 millimeter needle. And I have this cool thing here. It says US sizes on one side and normal sizes or regular sizes for me. So 3.5 millimeter is a US 4 from what I can tell. So yeah, that's the needle. And yeah, it was called German short row heel. Cool. Okay then. So yet again, like, what do I do? What yarn do I have? And I was like, hold on. When I bought yarn for this sweater I'm currently wearing, which is currently melting me, or trying to, I bought a little extra because I intended to make a cable on top of the shoulders, and then I ended up not doing it. And I realized I had more of that yarn. So I made stuff. And I put the tag in here. This is the yarn. So this is the yarn for my sweater too. Here's the information. And it's like, I hope you can see it. So I've never made a hat before. And I've come to realize that when I do something that I haven't done before, I tend to do several times. Do it several times? Anyway, do more than just once so I can really try to learn. The heels I only did 2 of because a pair, and I didn't have more sock yarn, I think. I might have, but I do not know where, so it doesn't count at the moment. So I'm not gonna put it on because I'm already melting. We don't need to melt even more. This is a hat. You're supposed to fold up the brim and it looks weird when it's not on the head, but actually not that weird. Look, it's a hat. I knitted a hat. It's the first hat I knitted. And yet again, I went onto Drops Design, their website, and found the pattern, a free one, because I do like those, I will admit. So this is called Eiken. Not sure how you pronounce it even. And I used almost 2 balls of yarn. 1 ball of yarn is 50 grams, so almost 100 grams. And the same yarn and 3.5 millimeter needle. And I only spent 2 days to make this, and then an additional day to, weave in the ends, because I tend to postpone that a lot. In this, let's see, what was I gonna say? I did exactly what the pattern says. So I started from the bottom here and with the ribbing, and then I was decreasing on the crown here, which I think looks pretty good. But there are some places I can see it's not as even as I wanted it, especially like on top crown. And no, I haven't blocked anything. I really need to get better at doing that. But anyway, so this was knitted from bottom up. And then I was like, I want to try to make the crown look prettier, because my decreases, not always the prettiest. So I had more of the same yarn, And this one, yet again, a new challenge. So this is not the prettiest either, but I'm working on it, okay? You gotta go through something to be able to get it better. So I took the same pattern and I made a little change. And the change was, instead of doing from the bottom and up, I knitted from top to bottom. And no, the pattern is not written for that. So that was a struggle. And starting from the top, I had to figure out a way how to do a cast on in for the crown here. And I decided that Knitting Diaries had a good tutorial for something called crochet pinhole cast on. Now, where were we? Because my camera cut me off because the battery died, so this is gonna be interesting. Anyway, I think you heard me say about crochet pinhole cast on, which was surprisingly not easy, because when you only have like 8 stitches in the beginning, it's finicky. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's very, I have no idea what the right word is. But you know, when it's really not hard, it's just, yeah, should I look that up? I don't know which word to use. But either way, I did this hat top down, and I had to kind of like reverse everything. Never done that before, so that was interesting. And I think I did a fairly decent job, actually. So I have 2 green hats now. And when I did that, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this, knitting hats. I haven't done it before, but I like it. So the wool shorts, I bought 8 balls of yarn, thinking I'd probably use somewhere on the 7th ball. And I wanted to have a little extra, you know, just in case. Because you never know. And since I only used 6 balls of yarn, I had 2 more balls of yarn. And a ball of yarn is 50 grams. So, here is my 3rd hat. And those 3 hats, I used a total of 6 days. So basically 2 days for 1 hat. And I did the same thing with this one. And it's the same yarn, the Merino Extra Fine. And I did the crochet pinhole cast on. And honestly, yeah, the second one from top down, definitely better. So even just doing it the second time, it got better already. And it's, oh, I do love this yarn. It's so soft. I can almost cuddle it, but you know, itchiness and wool yarn, it's not my thing. And as usual, it looks better when you do what you're supposed to, fold it up. Looks really cute, and I like it. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can wear it, but also I don't want to risk scratching myself to death. So 3 hats in 6 days. And then I was thinking, okay, so what do I do now? What do I have the yarn for? And also, what do I want to do? And since I was in the hat modus, I decided to do something to, like, why not? Because that's how I function, or something. It's definitely how I function. I have an idea and I want to try it out. So I didn't find a pattern, and I mean, oh, by the way, I gotta borrow Mom's. This is wrist warmers I've knitted, and I have a free pattern available in both English and Norwegian. So if you want to make these, there is a pattern available. I put it on Ravelry. It's a free download, so you can go there and check it out. So I enjoyed that. I found myself thoroughly enjoying, like, the putting the pattern out and having people download it. I don't know if anyone's done it yet, as far as I can tell, no, but several people seem to enjoy it. I mean, free stuff, it doesn't love free stuff, but also, even though it was challenging, I also enjoyed making the pattern. So I figure, hey, why not? I like hats, apparently. So I wanted to do something kind of simple, because I haven't done much of it, and this is the first trial. It's on Try It On Tubing. It's bright green. It's like really bright green. And I wanted like a simple stockinette one, and I started with the pinhole cast on, crochet, pinhole cast on, but I mean, I don't like the ridges here. I don't know how well they're gonna show off on camera, but I like it when they get that like down here, when it kind of blends in. I mean, I don't know how well you can see it, but it sticks up and I don't like it. And I was like, okay, so there must be something off about this, and I don't have a pattern for it, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna make a pattern, but not for this because I didn't like the weird stuff up. So, oh, and the yarn. Still, Merino Extra Fine. This is the color I knitted my first butt warmer, or winter warmer. That's the pattern name. And it's a wool shorts. This is the first yarn I made it out of. So I have now on my second try, and I have to say, if you look at the top here, still with the crochet pinhole cast on, I'm learning how to say that, and top down, and I like how much more like flat these lie. I mean, can you see the difference? I hope you can see the difference. This is the one I like. This is not so much, so I'm undoing this. And it looks really weird on the smaller circular needles right now. It looks like a bit of a ball. But I'm thinking, because this is all stockinette, and I'm thinking if I make a ribbed brim, I don't know if I want to do 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, so you can fold it up and then you have a ribbed brim on a stockinette hat. I really like the idea. And I'm gonna work on actually writing a pattern. And the thing is, I've decided that when I do make patterns, I want to write them both in Norwegian, because I'm Norwegian, and in English to challenge myself. And this one will be an extra challenge because I want to have the pattern top down, because I realized I kind of liked doing or knitting the hats top down, but from what I could tell when I was looking into patterns to find a hat pattern, most of them seems to be from the bottom up. So I'm thinking, write this pattern in both Norwegian and English, and just to, you know, disturb or like hate on myself or something, not hate on myself, but like just to make it even more complicated for myself, I want to make this pattern both top down and bottom up. But before I finish any of that, I have to finish the hat to see if it actually works. So stay tuned for that. And I'm worried my battery's gonna run out again, so I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that. What do you think about all the hats? Yeah, hello. Similar, but you know, it's a thing. And would you be interested in a pattern of a hat that you can't see the finished object for yet because I haven't finished? And yeah, check out my free pattern. That's so weird to say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I have enjoyed making hats, apparently. Is that gonna be my new thing? I mean, I had a stint where I made, I don't even know how many pairs of wrist warmers. It got to be a lot of them. So, considering now I'm already on my 4th hat, maybe that's my new thing. Hats and wrist warmers. I don't know. Maybe. I like them. So, maybe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!